from the African Combined 11s, let's head to the English Premier League. Well, match week 30, Bournemouth taking on Ipswich Town, Brighton and Hove Albion against Aston Villa, City at home against Leicester City, Newcastle taking on Brentford at St James's Park, Kamaldeen Sulemana Southampton against Crystal Palace, and then Liverpool against Everton. First of all, let's go to there's Ghanaian interest in Kamaldeen Sulemana as well as Semenyo in Bournemouth. But let's look at the Liverpool-Everton, the Merseyside derby. That's going to be a big one.
Yeah, and the game will be special for various reasons. And I'm not surprised that we are getting to the 30th minute mark and no team has scored. But there are 2 yellow cards for Everton, James Tarkowski and also Beto. Beto scored a goal earlier. It was disallowed for offside. And it is clear. You judge by how the first Merseyside derby ended. The tensions, the red cards, the reactions from Curtis Jones, for instance. It was always expected that whenever Everton does travel to Anfield, the Liverpool fans were going to make a hell of the situation for them. And then they were going to make sure that everything that happens in terms of the atmosphere was very uncomfortable for Everton. But I think they've held their own, and they've been able to do this because mostly they have a manager who has enough experience in terms of playing Merseyside derbies in David Moyes. And he knows how to prep his guys psychologically for the task ahead. But I think that is early days here. They've started to get the red cards quite too early, and it's not positive for them. Maybe they will need to improve on that. Again, this game is interesting, and it would have been more interesting when Trent Alexander-Arnold played a part in terms of the Liverpool team, the players who play for them are on the bench. We all know what happened, especially during the time where we had to go for international break. And that was when the news went live that Trent will be leaving Liverpool. He was not going to renew his contract with them. And so he will be joining Real Madrid as it stands now. The reaction from the Liverpool fans was that he was a traitor. He had showed his loyalty to the project and to the club. And for a local lad, he had to really show that commitment that he wanted to continue with Liverpool and live up to his words that he had uttered earlier, that he would love to be captain of the side one day. But it is what it is. And so I was expecting the reaction from the Liverpool fans. Some of them will likely come with placards. Some of them will likely come with their own words to hit at Trent Alexander. But that aside, I think the game itself will not really serve as an exciting game. It will just be aggressive. It will be physical. It will be fiercely contested. But I don't really think it will give us the quality that we need, because Everton will come in with a mindset that they will have to defend, frustrate Liverpool, and maybe see if they can make a point at the end. And so it won't give you that excitement that you actually want to derive from a typical Premier League match. And so that aside, I think it's just any other game. And for instance, Liverpool have just won the league. Anything that anybody does will not change anything. They will just win the league. It's only a matter of when they do that. And it has taken some kind of excitement from the Premier League.
Well, that's a comprehensive look at the Liverpool side. Well, Arsenal in action yesterday. United also lost. But then the big news was Bukayo Saka arrived and played a part and actually scored a goal, as Thomas Partey also featured in that win over Fulham. Well, you've just spoken about the fact that it doesn't add anything to the title race. Well, what do you make of this Arsenal's rebound and Saka's return, especially as they head into the Champions League? Quickly, maybe.
I think it's better late than never. It gives them confidence, especially approaching a quality opponent like Real Madrid. But I think Arsenal's undoing this season has had to do with the stubbornness of Mikel Arteta in terms of what the team actually needs and what he thinks the squad needs. He did not really address the needs of the team, getting a quality striker or getting a quality attacker to offset the goal-scoring burden that had been heaped on the young shoulders of someone like Bukayo Saka. He's a precocious talent. He does wonderful things with the ball. So it was not surprising that the moment he slotted into the team, he was able to get in on the scoring act. It also gives the indication that if Arsenal are to replenish the squad with enough quality attacking talent, then they will be able to realize more positive results in games of this nature. But for Bukayo Saka, I think that the Arsenal attack are quite blunt. They aren't a quality unit just yet. And I'm happy that he's been able to get in on the scoring act. It will boost his confidence. It will also improve the overall team psyche. And when you approach the big games, you need your big players to be available. And that's a positive thing for the Arsenal side. But my only concern has to do with the injuries, and they keep mounting. They have Kai Havertz out, they have Gabriel Jesus out, they've had their own fair share of injuries. And now it looks like it is turning into the defensive injury worry. Now, yesterday, Gabriel Magalhaes was injured. He was withdrawn from the game and replaced by Jacob Kivior. Julian Timber not fully fit. So approaching the game against Madrid, it puts us now in some kind of a tricky situation. You just recovered your top attacker and you're losing one of your best defenders. It is a conundrum sort of a thing, and I hope that they're able to overcome that. But yeah, I'm happy. Bukayo Saka has returned to the team and is gotten in on the scoring end. Very positive for the Arsenal.
Well, you spoke about Real Madrid, the game coming against. Well, let's head to the Spanish scene. Well, Madrid played against Real Sociedad yesterday. They've booked a place in the Copa del Rey final. We could see either a Clásico or the Madrid derby again. Well, Barcelona are taking on Atletico Madrid tonight. What do you make of this matchup, and especially because there's Alexander Sørloth, who seems to score every time against Barcelona? He will be in action again. What do you make of the situation? Do you believe it's going to be a Madrid derby or it's going to be an El Clásico again?
I think Atletico will need to recover their psyche for this game because they had the edge over Barca when they went to the Olympic Stadium to beat them in the league. Then Barca seems to have turned around their fortunes, and they have the upper hand over Atleti as it stands. In the Copa del Rey, in the first game, they drew. When Barca were winning, Atletico had to claw back, and then Barca punished them in the league for that. So I want to see the response that will be coming from the Atletico Madrid setup. They have a good squad, not just a good team. They have a very good squad. And in games like this, you need your bench to be up to the task, just as you expect your starting 11 to get to. The only thing is the response that will be coming from the Atletico Madrid team. That will be very decisive in a game like this. Barcelona, I know, definitely will not change. Hansi Flick barely changes in terms of his approach. They will go ultra attacking. They will play the defensive high line. They will commit a lot of players up front. They will commit a lot of energy in terms of attacking. And they will definitely leave some spaces for the Atletico Madrid team to exploit. So as you rightly said, it is a game I envisage both teams scoring. I won't rule that out. It is also a game I expect to be high scoring, just as we saw in the Sociedad Real Madrid game. And hopefully it is going to be the team that holds their own and then seizes the momentum when it swings in their favor. Because I don't see one team dominating this game. The momentum will swing in favor of either side at various stages in the game. So it is about which team actually does make it count. And that is why I believe maybe Atletico will shock Barcelona this season. They will qualify and make it a Madrid derby.
Well, on that Spanish note, gracias, senor. Thank you very much for your time, giving us exclusive insights into affairs of African footballing players and also issues of European football. Gracias.
I am a terrible Spanish speaker. Maybe I would have to follow you and say gracias.
Thank you very much. Well, that was